Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you're watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing the Huntsman Winter War. Okay, so, I caught up, of course. I watched the first movie, which was Snow White and the Huntsman. And I went into it with pretty much the same mentality of the Jungle Book. That'd probably be kind of stupid. And I went out with the exact opposite reaction of the Jungle Book. That movie is not perfect. It is not what I'd call a classic. It's not amazing. But it feels like somebody had an actual vision behind it. Feels like they wanted to make it simply because they had an idea that they wanted to do. It was entertaining, it was fun, it was action-packed. It's a decent movie. There's some... The lady who plays the Queen is freaking hilarious. Kristen Stewart in it is subpar, especially towards the end when she has to be, like, really full of fury and stuff, because she has to take down the whole kingdom or whatever. She's, especially then, she's kind of funny, but not like Mila Kunis as Wicked Witch of the West funny, just pretty darn funny. Not nearly at that level, though. So yeah, it was a pretty awesome movie. I did not expect that. Like, if you would ask me which is better, I'd tell you first off, well, the Jungle Book and Snow White and Huntsman are two different genres, so it's not very fair. But Snow White and Huntsman is better. And you know what? This movie was made by Universal, and there was also another Snow White adaptation that came out the same year, Mirror, Mirror, that also I don't think was Disney. I think if it weren't for those two coming out really close together, Disney would have already done it by now, and done it so much worse. So, I'm very thankful to that movie. And now we have the sequel? That's just confusing me, especially after watching that first movie, because they really don't leave an opening for a sequel. The main villain is dead. Everything's good now. Kristen Stewart doesn't even seem to be in this movie. What the hell? But the lady who played the evil queen is? According to the advertising, what's going on? I'm honestly intrigued. It's not directed by the same guy, which is worrying. I truly don't know. This could be a recipe for disaster. But I don't know. The first movie was so surprisingly good that maybe I should just give this the benefit of the doubt and say, let's just give it a chance. Well, not like I have a choice. I'm gonna see it no matter what. And yeah, well, it's really the first movie is very well designed. I don't know. I'm not doing a review of that movie though. Just giving you the idea of how I feel about it. That I liked it. I like movies. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, let's see it. So, God damn it. So, that was reasonably good. Pretty damn good. In fact, probably on the similar level of the first movie, at least in my opinion. Honestly, once again, this felt like a movie where some human being actually had an idea for something they wanted to make. instead of some corporate board meeting deciding, hey, you know what people like nowadays? The same shit all over again, but darker. That makes a ton of money. Interesting thing about this, I'm wondering if they're intending on turning like this Huntsman series into some sort of extended universe Into the Woods type dealio, incorporating a whole bunch of fairy tale stories with their own new twist put into one universe. Because the last movie was mainly Snow White, but also had like aspects of Cinderella put in there. And this one is taking aspects from like the Snow Queen, the thing that Frozen is based on. And in fact taking elements from Frozen itself, because there's this whole sister aspect, although that's also flipped on its head. It's not quite the same as as Frozen. And honestly, it's just doing its own thing with it. And it's not perfect. Once again, this is no masterpiece. But it's super fun to watch. Very entertaining. Kristen Stewart is not in it, which bumped it up a few levels. The dialogue is noticeably shakier, which dropped it down a few levels. So it ended up kind of balancing itself out. Yeah, and there are some, I guess, a few inconsistencies between films. Like, for instance, when you watch the first movie and you hear Chris Hemsworth's character, who is the Huntsman, talking about his wife, you get the feeling that they were married for a while, and they really, really knew each other on a deeply personal level, and when she died. And then in this movie, they never technically got married. She was killed, during, like, as they were planning on wedding each other, because God, it sounds really stupid when you say it out loud. They were in a kingdom where it is illegal to love things. God, that is so dumb. Honestly, it sounds okay in the movie. It's just when you say it out loud to yourself that you think, oh god, that's pretty damn stupid. Everyone has a reason for doing what they do. Even the evil queen who doesn't like love. She has her reasons, as blunt as they might be. So yeah, there's that discrepancy. Also, the mirror from the first movie, which by the way has an awesome design. Like basically, when the queen from the first movie is talking to it, this giant golden reflective thing crawls out of it and talks to her. It's creepy and awesome. And so in this movie, for whatever reason, the mirror is now the One Ring. Like, it corrupts people around him, and it contains parts of people's souls. That was interesting, but I don't know. I guess they had to find some way to carry on the story. Yeah, but I don't know. Nothing. In my opinion, it's nothing too horrendous. It's just, like, these are just minor nitpicks, I suppose. And, hell, over the course of the movie, you do get a new, refreshed idea of Chris Hemsworth and the relationship with his wife and stuff, so I guess that works. God, the banning love thing is so dumb. I will rescue all the children of the world so they no longer have to love. God. That was actually part of the evil witch's plan. It's so dumb. But in the movie, somehow, you have to believe me, somehow they make that sound normal. Like, that might be something somebody might do, maybe. The movie's also pretty predictable. Like, they had this one major twist that happened at the end, but pretty much from the very beginning scene, you can tell what it's going to be. Just if you saw the last movie and you know how these characters act, it's pretty obvious what happened. Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed myself, and I enjoyed this movie. That's about it. Honestly, I would not mind having a Into the Woods, well, better than that, a fairy tale extended universe designed by Universal thing going on. If they keep up the quality at this level, or maybe even jump it up a few notches. Because right now, if I were to compare this to superhero movies, Huntsman Winter War is probably the equivalent of, well, ironically, of Thor. So, decent movie. But, I don't know, if you're gonna continue this on, maybe get a Guardians of the Galaxy in there. What would it be? The Huntsman in space! No. That's dumb. Also, I got the idea from the first movie that he was called a huntsman because he was a hunter, but now apparently that's the name of the army he belonged to, is the Huntsmen. I don't know. Whatever. And also, for some reason in this movie, he has an established background as the awesomest fighter of his army, and that's why he's such a super awesome fighter in this movie. But when he was introduced to us in the first movie, he, like, got his ass kicked by this one dude in a bar, so there's that little that little thing as well. But, whatever. These movies, just bear in mind, these movies are inherently silly, but they try to take themselves seriously, and they do a relatively decent job of the design of everything, and just how it all lays out, and how the story progresses, and stuff like that. So, these are very decent movies, and I would like to see more, if I could. What other fairy tales could they put in there? Let's see, let's get a Rapunzel one in there, why not? Maybe a Sleeping Beauty, pretty much all the, Golden Age Disney ones. Or stuff that was featured in Shrek, that would also work, so you can get, Rumpelstiltskin in there. What are you even talking about? Oh, jeez. Yeah, just the Huntsman series, though. I must say, though I did appreciate that Kristen Stewart wasn't in this, because she was, whilst her character was well written and she was well directed, Stewart herself is the blandest person on the world, so I think having her not in here was probably a bit of a boost. While it is true, it did leave a few questions in the movie, like, what the fuck is she doing right now? There's this whole crisis going on. She's not doing nothing. And at the end they say, "Oh, glory to Snow White for saving us." She didn't do a damned thing in this movie. We just refer to her because, I don't know, Kristen Stewart reclining at her beach condo. I don't know. Oh well, I guess I don't blame her. If I had Twilight money, I'd probably be at a beach condo as well. So. But, yeah. So definitely, if you're interested in this, I'd suggest watching the first movie first. Other than that, check it out. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dire Situation.